And that's supposed to be the happiest place on earth. You got the parks right there. You got Disney World. You got Universal Studios, which I love because I'm a Halloween Horror Nights fan.
Oh, yeah, dude.
You have SeaWorld, and you have a bunch of other attractions. So
Busch Gardens.
Yeah. Well, that's in Tampa.
Yeah.
But you have, all these attractions there. I mean, or realistically in Orlando, besides those attractions, there's really not much going on. You have to go south to Miami or Key West, maybe north to Tampa and everything. Get yourself a lap dance.
Yeah.
Or two, right, or two. To be able to, enjoy something real. I mean, Orlando's known for the parks, man. They're known for the, destination, be able to go there, rent a car, get a hotel room, take the kids, or just, visit all the parks, man.
Right.
For this to happen, it's just a horrible thing. I mean,
what about the 2-week period, or not even like several days, the luck that they had there? The guy was shot on stage.
The entertainer from the Voice, right?
Yeah. Then the thing happens at the club, and then
you know that's the last time they were on the air together was the aftermath that Saturday night as we were signing off. That just went down.
Yeah, dude.
As I was driving home, there's been a massive shooting in some club in Orlando.
Yeah.
And man, if we would have known, I would have had the option. And again, hindsight's 2020. I would have just said, "Yeah, man, let's stay on and talk about it. Take some callers, man."
There was nobody that came in after us. We could have, but
I regret stuff like that, but and it's just, I mean, we're supposed to be immune to this, man. We're in Chicago, Illinois, the most violent city in the country.
Yeah.
And we got people getting shot left and right all the time. You got family members that are killing family members. You got just random people caught in the crossfire of gang violence. We should be immune to this, but we're not.
Yeah, but now it's taking on a whole new direction because people that haven't been affected by it are now being affected by it.
Yeah.
So now there's more of a social watch, or people are just paying more attention to what's happening, and I guess movements and protests will spawn from all of this. And I don't know about you, Jay, but I've always been the type of person that says you can have a voice and voice your opinion, but words aren't gonna fix anything. There's got to be some sort of change. We've got to. You can't look to your politicians to make these changes because your politicians are the reason these things are happening.
And we're in a very controversial election year this year, my friend.
Oh, my God.
I mean, look at the two
circus?
candidates. Yeah, basically.
Oh, my God, dude. And then, while all this is going on, everybody's just like, Hillary Clinton, the FBI came and investigated her and then investigated and found that she didn't do anything wrong.
Of course they did.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't investigate. They just corroborated with her.
Oh, right.
I don't know, man. The Clintons are a bad batch.
There's something, man. I had respect for Bill Clinton because I remember that mid-'90s when he was president. I remember getting a supplemental like a tax credit for single people that didn't have families, and he's like, and those people that don't have kids and dependents and all those write-offs, I'm gonna give you an extra check just because I like you and you generate to this. And I remember I'm like, dang, go Bill Clinton, man. And I remember he's going against when he ran and everything, I'm from a place called Hope, and then all these things come up in his marital indiscretions and all that's whatever, and then but man, and then now stuff with Hillary, I'm like, these guys are really kind of dirty, man.
Yeah, dude, and they were ever since he was like the governor of Arkansas or whatever.
You don't realize that till much later.
No, and because the news is quick to not put a spotlight on their misdoings or even their wrongdoings. It's in their best interest to keep your politicians looking like celebrities.
Oh, of course.
And that's what's happening is they can't dredge up any kind of dirt on Donald other than he made a phone call as a PR guy, but it was really him. Or they run out and call him Hitler because he says he says socially kind of weird things. I mean, I don't see a direct racism from the guy. I see an older guy from a different generation that views the world a little differently.
He's just saying the wrong things.
He's saying things.
He's being insensitive, which we don't want. He keeps, he just says the wrong things at the wrong time. He seems to really diss himself from getting the woman vote, getting the minority vote, which is what you need.
Yeah.
So you figure somebody that, and I see both sides, you try to just look things with a clear, conscious and on a clean slate. Let me see what you got. Okay, you can fix the economy, get us jobs, protect our borders. Okay, what do you got? He doesn't have the experience, man. He's same the criticism that happened when Barack Obama in 2008. He didn't have the experience. What experience does Donald Trump have, man? He's got the money. That's about it, though. Money does not buy experience.
He's got business experience. experience, which would be good for him to make deals with other politicians. Not like I'm not sure how that works with other countries. Like,
right.
If he goes to China, they're gonna be like, get the hell out of here, you know? Like,
no, they're not, because those "Make America Great Again" hats are actually made in China. So they'll be like, "Hey, Donald Trump, get money."
Yeah, you got any shirts? How about?
Yeah, right. You need any shirts made? Come holler at us.
Yeah, we'll hook up some jogging suits, whatever. Soccer balls, we'll stitch them up.
Right.
But then, then there's the Hillary Clinton. She says all the right things.
Right.
She's a woman, which puts her in a good place because, you know, America's the last country on earth to have a woman president.
Right.
So why not now?
Right.
I mean, but you look at her history. Like, dude, if emails were the only thing wrong with her, I'd say, fine, let's vote for her.
Right.
But she's been involved in too many scandals.
Yeah, that's for sure.
She's been caught lying on so many occasions. There's like a 12-minute video of her just lying.
Oh,
you know?
Man.
And what are we gonna do, dude? Like,
Bernie Sanders didn't get the super delegates, enough of those votes and everything to qualify him.
That's another piece of nonsense that's going on. Like, the super delegates thing didn't happen until Ron Paul was a candidate.
Right.
And then all of a sudden they're like, well, we got to change the rules so this guy can't even win. You know, they don't even let him on TV to debate with anybody. You know, it's like it's a fix, dude. It's a dog and pony show. They already know.
Always, man.
They already
Politics.
know. They already know Hillary's gonna be our next president.
You think so?
Yeah, dude. The FBI would have arrested her if she wasn't.
That's true. Yeah. Or maybe they're just doing this just to keep this interesting.
I'd also like to know how many other presidential candidates in history were running as well as being investigated by the FBI.
I'm sure.
Like,
I'm sure.
You know, how many crooks are there? And do you have to really be a crook to run the country?
You gotta be a little dirty, I guess, right? You have to have some dirt on you. If you don't have any dirt on you, it's basically this is what I equate it to, Tim. I don't know if you agree with this. One of my favorite subjects in high school was U.S. history, and I love U.S. history for many, many reasons. You're able to find out the history of the past of this great country and what made it and everything.
The thousands of years that the Earth existed before you were here,
right? And just all the hundreds of years way back and everything. The actual settlers and native indigenous Americans having to get screwed over in order to bring in the democracy, the technology, everything that we know and stuff that we value here. I love the Old West, and I love the Old West for many, many reasons. One of the reasons that I love the Old West is because, to me, that behavior and those characteristics that those people displayed in that era is basically kind of like the way humans are today. The good guy, you had your kind of like Hollywood fictitious good guy in white versus the bad guy in black.
Yeah.
The good guy wasn't always good. The bad guy wasn't always bad. The good guy would pretty much have his guns ablazing, ready to protect the poor sharecroppers and do the right and justice and make sure they don't get robbed or avenge that stagecoach robbery. Well, I don't got much to give you there, partner. Well, you got a nice virgin 16-year-old daughter. I'll take her.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna take her against her will and rape her, and that was allowed.
Yeah,
that was okay. Then you got the bad guy and stuff who's robbing that stagecoach. He's maybe not keeping the money himself. He could be doing a kind of a Robin Hood type of thing, giving it to the poor. And a lot of times they did that.
Yeah.
They would steal like livestock and cattle from the farmers to give so these poor people could
feed
eat.
people.
So that's the way it is. Not every good guy is all the way good. Not every bad guy is all the way bad.
Well, and that's how life should be. It's all
right.
It's all like it's all about timing in the moment where you're at. Like, you might say yes to something 100 times, but circumstantially, this one time you have to say no.
Right.
Or just take a different option. With that, man, like, I mentioned that protests would spring up out of all this violence and nonsense.
Everywhere, man, everywhere.
There was a protest here that led to a shooting. On the expressway, dude.
Oh, man.
Did you hear about this?
I did not hear about that, Tim. I mean, we had so many expressway shootings over road rage that it's just, again, it's become just, we're immune to it now. But when did this happen, Tim?
It was earlier this week, I believe Wednesday, overnight. A protest kind of wanders onto the expressway to stop traffic. Why would you try to get on an expressway anyway? I mean, I understand the plight. I understand that this country needs to have some sort of dialogue about what's happening. But the expressways, 9094 is not the place to try to pull people over and have that discussion. You need a town hall meeting. Like, we're at Northwestern campus, If these kids wanted to put together some sort of presentation or have some sort of lecture or Q&A or town hall meeting, this would be the place to start. Get your professors involved, anybody that can put some valued opinions together.
Absolutely.
And share them with the community. I'm not a student here at Northwestern, but
we're students of life, sir.
That's right. And, whatever way we can contribute, we'll try.
Absolutely.
And if you'd like to reach out and contribute, you could do so by calling the number area code 847-866-9687 if you just want to weigh in on what's been happening, or if you want to request a song, we'll happily play it for you, as long as it's like hip-hop or rap or
some rock,
or some heavy stuff. Yeah.
Oh, and to go back, I know we were talking about this. The big headliner last weekend was GNR.
Yeah.
And not only, and I remember we should have put them up bet on this, because you were like, man, they're gonna suck, they're gonna be late. Axl. Not only did I hear they put on two shows that were hella good, they were actually early to start instead of their fashionably diva late Axl Rose himself.
And people were kissing Axl's feet.
Of course they were.
Sounded good.
And who joined them on a couple songs? Was it Izzy Stradlin? Was it or Duff McKagan? Who was it?
No, I didn't hear nothing about that.
Yeah, it was another member that joined them for a couple of songs.
Really?
Yeah.
They throwing them a bone, huh?
Absolutely. They got the band back together, and I heard that they rocked it. I know so many friends of mine on social media that posted it. Man, what a show they put on. So it's good to see. Brings me back to my childhood, my friend.
Yeah,
brings me back to middle school and high school and whatnot, with all the great music that we came up with, and we're blessed enough to have grow up in the 80s and 90s and have some of the best music in any generation, really.
I wish I could share this sentiment, but I have such a vile hatred for Axl Rose because of the way he acts, because of the things he said, because of the things he's done.
Yeah.
Like the original drummer, I think it was not Duff, I think it was Izzy
Stradlin, yeah?
Yeah, that they had some sort of... Axl spent like a year in court over a contractual disagreement where they told him every time he gets stoned, they're going to cut his pay, like 40%.
He's a musician.
Yeah, but, I mean, to put that in a contract and be like, okay...
So he's really not trying to pay anybody, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
okay.
Dude. And then he takes Guns N' Roses by himself on the road with Buckethead and another slap-together ragtag band. Right. And he calls it Guns N' Roses. It's not, dude.
It's Guns and Axl.
Yeah, Slash wrote all that catchy stuff that you hear and love in Guns N' Roses.
Right.
And like, I don't know, man. He's just a...
Well, Slash is on board, man. He's saying that getting the band back together was awesome.
He needs money.
Well, Slash has money, though, man. He's worked with other people. He had Velvet Revolver with the late, great Scott Weiland.
Man, dude, that was an awesome short time for what it was.
Yeah. R.I.P. Scott Weiland, man. I remember we did our tribute show too, man, after he passed a couple months ago.
We played like 12
Absolutely,
jams
man.
that they usually don't spin on the radio.
Yeah.
Like what we try to do here is, I understand that this is Chicago Sound Experiment, and they try to pay homage or promote young and underdeveloped talent, or they're just trying to get recognition for some of the artists that are unsigned. But here at the Freeform programming, I kind of turn it over to more commercial stuff. Every couple of shows, I'll do a show dedicated to indie stuff, but it'll be stuff I picked, not from whatever the school's library has. So you get a little bit of flavor from all angles, not just, what comes out of campus here. With that said, we're probably going to move to a quick music break, and then on the other side, we'll talk more about some of the other stuff that's been happening in the world. Oh, man, it's
a lot going on, man.
Crazy.
We're in trouble right now, ladies and gentlemen. If this is truly a race war, man, just buckle down, man. Settle in, because we are in for some scary... It's a scary time to live in, man. I don't know about you, Tim, but I'm a news nerd. I'm always have the radio on. It irks everybody around me and everything that I always have the radio on going. And I was just like to listen. I like to know what's going on. I'm one of those type of people that if you don't know what's going on, don't complain about it. Yeah, don't complain about it. I mean, I can't stand this. Oh, man, what's going on? Well, I hate it. Well, why don't you, listen to it and read about it? I like reading it. I like listening to it, blogging about it. Like I said, I do this as a passion. I love being able to talk current events with you, with our listeners, with my friends, with my family, anybody, really. I mean, you have an opinion, let's talk. Talk about whatever. I mean, there's a reason we do this. We do this because we love this.
That's right. Let's talk. Area code 847-866-9687. Again, the number is area code 847-866-WNUR. All right, so we're going to get to another music break real quick, and I'm going to lead it off with a little bit of Red Meth.
Yeah.
I just seen an interview with Redman recently where he was eating hot wings, and they had 10 wings, right? And every wing was getting hotter. Like, they had different sauces.
Scale, yeah.
Yeah, and I forget what the name of the show is, but it's on YouTube. They do it to all. They did it to Key and Peele recently, and that was the best, man. They were melting by the end of the
Real
episode.
quick, talking about Florida, man. One of my first trip to Florida was down in Sarasota, Bradenton. I went to this place that Man vs. Food guy Adam went to called Munchie's 420 Cafe.
No way.
They open at 4:20 p.m. They close at 4:20 a.m. And he went down there and did their wing challenge. They actually have
that's the atomic wing?
Yeah, the Polaroid picture. Man, he ate the last wing, Timmer. His mouth looked like the Joker, man. Literally, there was a red line going from cheek to cheek.
It was burning that
He
bad.
had to kill basically like the old milk jug bottles of milk.
Yeah,
and he had to go into the freezer, man. And he was like, and it was I didn't mess with that wing, man. I did not. I ended up just going. I got a T-shirt and a bumper sticker off of it. It was pretty cool being there. So
the one place he went to that I want to check out is the Heart Attack Grill.
Is that the Vegas?
I don't know where it is.
I think it's the place that you have to sign a waiver and stuff because it's like a 16,000 calorie milkshake and burger.
Yeah. And then all the waitresses are dressed like nurses and they come out with IVs with your soda.
Man.
So it's all about putting on a few pounds when you go there.
Yeah. Well, all these places, man. Basically, I mean, it's all comfort food, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, time of need. We need some comfort now.
Yeah,
so
absolutely, we do, man.
McDonald's needs to bring back the McPick 2.
Bring back the McRib, baby.
Hell yeah! Hook it up
or something.
All right. So this is WNUR-FM, Evanston in Chicago. My name is Tim Radicek. With me is Big J Sal.
What's up?
We're going to get to another music break, probably be about 4 songs, and then we'll come back and chat it up some more. So check this out. It's Meth and Red. The Rock Wiley.
Yeah.
WNUR. Stay tuned.